took dinner out, you said?
Yeah, it's in the fridge though.
Okay. Alright. Thank you, babe. I love you. Good morning, everyone. Welcome into Debbie's Witchy Vlog. I'm Debbie, and you never know what we're going to get up to here. So today, Greeneyed Tarot, I'll link her channel down below, started a tag that's called #Tarot for the Senses. It was fun. It was an interesting, fun tag that she created, so I wanted to join in. And I think I have enough decks now. Yeah, so I'm an educator too, just a paraprofessional. I work with grades 9 through 12, special education, and you know, I walk around with the kiddos that need a little extra help or prodding. Put the phone away, that type of thing. That's my job. I love it. I love the kids. So I love this tag, and it's coming from kind of an educational standpoint and kind of analyzing what we feel about our cards. So I thought that was super fun. Anyway, I'd like to thank you very much for creating this. If you want to participate in this tag as well, I'll have Christy's channel linked down below, and her intro video. It was excellent. And I hope to see you do it. There are 8 prompts and a bonus prompt. So I think I have enough tarot decks now. I can participate in some of these tags. I don't buy tarot decks much. I'm just starting to collect again. We'll see. The basis of the prompt is to use your senses and associate them with decks. She used mostly tarot decks. I have one oracle deck that I'm going to stick in, but mostly I have all tarot as well. So I don't know if we can use oracle and tarot. I assume we can, so however you want to respond to it. And I'll link her channel down below and her tag video. So for the site, a deck that is visually stimulating or a deck that overstimulates you due to too much in the cards. And for me, that is the Book of Shadows Tarot So Below. And I don't know whether it's the colors. They're just off, right? They're a little off. I don't know. I'm not a fan. And I'm not sure whether my brain tries to write the colors, maybe, or what, but there's just a lot, and the coloration is not quite there. They're busy, although, you know, some days you want busy, but I don't know. I never reach for this deck. It's very, very new still, and I got it when it first came out. I don't know. I don't remember when that was, but yeah, I never think to reach for this deck. I usually use the As Above section of this duo. And although I love that Hermit card. Can't you see the Hermit in that? Oh my gosh. I could just live right in there. I don't know. It overstimulates me only because I think my brain needs to make the coloration correct or something. I don't know. So yeah, that's my sight one. So for sound, auditory, a deck that provides an ASMR-like experience, a deck that sounds pleasing when shuffled and used. And I don't have a lot of the tactile decks. A lot of mine are smooth finish or the brushed finish. So I chose Tarot of the Divine. It's highly, highly linenized, I guess is how you want to say it. But, and you can feel it, right? It's very, like, almost rough. The edges are rough, and it's very tactile. So I like that. But the sound, right? I'll be quiet for a second. Yeah, isn't that wonderful? I love that sound, that swishy. Like she was doing the swishy sound. I love that sound. So anyway, that was my sound one. And I also have a second one too. I made a little oracle deck just with collage paper and glue, and I sealed them all with some clear matte finish acrylic sealer. And listen to this one. It's very tactile too, because you can feel all the layers and all that stuff. And I have to say my edges are smoother than Tarot the Divine. So I love that deck though. That's a great deck. Okay. So for smell and olfactory, a deck that invokes a certain scent or reminds you of a memorable smell, or a deck that smells good. Deck sniffers, this one's for you. Well, it doesn't smell like much. So for this deck, I chose the Herbal Tarot. This deck just reminds me of that earthy garden smell. Like this one brings the rotting leaves to mind and that beautiful fall scent. This is like summer punch and teas. Oh, more summer. That smells like medicine. Horsetail. That brings up that boggy, kind of swampy smell. My drying of apples in the autumn. Oh, just beautiful. The smell of a campfire. This one really, really gives the smells. Blackberry pie cooking in the oven. Oh, glass of pomegranate juice. That's lovely. Red clover tea. Yum. Cinnamon brings up that fall vibe with the fire and the apple cider and all that stuff. Plantain. Oh, you can like kind of smell the pond water, right? This reminds me of the deep forest, the hiking trails that we go on. This one too. Just that raspberry picking with the kids. My first dandelion tea of the season. That's my favorite time of year, other than fall. Nasturtiums in my vegetable garden, like just gardening and being out in nature and all those smells, all those beautiful floral and woodsy scents, decay and rebirth. I love that. That is my #1 smell deck. So for touch, I have still the Tarot of the Divine and my collage deck. I kind of already answered this one, but I love the tactile experience of these decks. So the next one is a deck that makes me feel balanced, and I chose the Lightseer's Tarot. I edged it in this beautiful bluish green. What is that, like a teal? But yeah, this just hits all my buttons as far as balance goes. It has artwork that I love and a color palette that's pleasing to me. I love this deck. It's all out of sorts because I was using it the other day. I didn't put anything upright, but yeah, like just it's calming and it makes me feel in balance when I need to bring myself back into harmony. So I use this deck to see what I need to work on. What energies could be helping me. I love her. That's like my favorite Nine of Wands. It's just very me. I love it. I love that young energy about the deck, and but it's wisdom, right? It's that balance of young and old. I appreciate that a lot. So I went out of order, and for taste, the gustatory sense, a deck that evokes a certain taste, or a deck that featuring food, or one that makes you crave certain meals. So I picked the Good Tarot, which is super weird, but it reminds me of like sweet, home-cooked meals. It's very wholesome and loving, and it reminds me of like my foremothers and I cooking in the kitchen, and it's just, maybe it's the coloring or the soft imagery. I'm not sure what it is, but it's a very homey deck to me. It reminds me of my childhood, just that young innocence, you know, sweets, going to the general store for penny candy. It was still penny candy. You could get like 6 fireballs for a nickel. It was so crazy. I loved that. And this This reminds me of like all of that time, right? Pasta dinners and all the stuff we used to eat, mac and cheese that wasn't as good for us, you know, that time. And it's just carefree and you don't care. You can have all the sweets you want and all the comfort foods that you want. It's got to be a psychological thing, but yeah, I crave home-cooked meals with this and sweets. The next prompt is proprioception. I think I'm pronouncing that right. A deck with a lot of movement or a deck with interesting perspectives. This is the vice versa tarot. This deck offers a unique perspective. Like here you see him, he's watching like his missed opportunity. He thinks his whole world's kind of done for, right? He's so sad. And then this one, that's what he's looking at, right? He's looking at his ship sailing away. And I just appreciate this deck. And here's the Magician. Everything he needs here on the table and in the universe. Night on one side and day on the other. I love that. 14 is Temperance. And, oop, sorry. This is what happened on the front side. She's got the lilies, 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on land. She's got the 2 cups. And then in the back, she has a lion for strength. I'm not sure what this dude's for. I'm not even sure what that is. It looks like a white crow, which is super cool. High Priestess. And the back of her chair. Ooh, look, she's hiding all the mysteries behind her. That's cool. So, yeah, I love this deck. The unique perspective, the 3 of Swords. You get the heart on the front. And I don't know what that is. It looks almost like a flower. Sorry. And here's the 4 of Wands. Frolicking nicely under the wisteria. Nice. So yeah, I appreciate this deck's perspective. And I think it adds a lot to the readings. If you can pick this one up, I highly recommend it. I don't hear it talked about a lot, and I love it. Here's the Devil. Isn't that cool? The Lovers. Oh no, this is the 2 of Cups. The 2 of Cups. Day and night. Right? Intertwining your 2 energies into a great partnership. Ooh, the 3 of Cups. Let's look at the 3 of Cups. Here she is. Oh, she's gorgeous, isn't she? And then she has her friends in the background. Here's the Fool. And this side. Yeah, so I love that deck for this. Don't see this one talked about a lot, but I love it. The Emperor. Oh no, that's King of Pence. There we go. And I'm not sure what the significance of the watermelon is, but yeah, I like this deck. Sorry, spent a long time on it. All right, enough waffling. So, prompt 8 is a deck that makes you feel grounded in your body or helps you to perceive your own body, or a deck that is body positive in its imagery. And I chose the Forest of Enchantment Tarot. I love this deck because it makes me feel like I do when I'm outside. I'm very present. I'm very grounded. I feel very in my body with this deck. It invokes like an earthy type of feeling in me, like when I'm in the garden and outside in the yard. I love this deck because it kind of brings me back to the center and just down to like an earthy reality, right? Not so much in my head, because I can get stuck there. You know, I can become like him and not do anything physical, but, you know, my brain's still going a million miles an hour. This deck reminds me to get back in my body and be present, reminding me to take the time for nourishment of the soul, which is my outside time. It's very hard to do right now because it's so cold, but look at that card. I could sit in the forest with them for hours. Like, doesn't that make you feel so grounded and here, right? Present. You want to be right here with him. I mean, it's body positive. There's different shapes in here. I look sort of like her. So, I mean, that's a plus, too. And not that there's a lot of animals in this deck, but there are a lot of people. There's not a ton of, like, cultural diversity, but there's a little bit. In fact, there's, you know, different races. So that's nice. Just makes me feel warm, fuzzy, down to earth, and ready to tackle any ideas that have been brewing in my head. So, and there's a bonus one, but I don't have a deck for that. The bonus is a deck that engages all or most of your sensory systems. And I really don't have a deck for that. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with for your bonuses and your deck choices in this. On your way out, if you'd hit the thumbs up button and consider subscribing, I'd appreciate it. And until next time, I'm wishing you many blessings. Bye, friends.